Retail has probably never undergone a shift as big as the one we just went through. Seismic is the word used most often. But emerging from those times now, it's clear that we find ourselves at a fork in the road with two possible futures. One school of thought just wants us to get back to the way things were. But it begs the question, were those times really so great? Because I think we have another opportunity to undergo a reboot, a complete shift, or at the very least, one heck of a pivot. And to use this thing we do, called retail, for the better. Maybe even to help us save the world. To introduce this idea, I want to talk about the changes we've seen over the past couple of years. Changes in our behaviors, in our habits, and in our preferences. Changes, I believe, point us towards this new future. Firstly, our entire concept of value has radically shifted, particularly how we value our time and the value we place on experiences. Connected to this, each of us is perhaps more self-aware than we have ever been. We've had gobs of time to reflect on what makes us happy, and we now have very little tolerance for the things that don't. And with this awareness comes a newfound expectation. We have, consciously or subconsciously, raised our internal bar for every brand that we interact with. Brands, and particularly retail brands, need to acknowledge and understand that the things that matter to us now might not be the same as they once were, or at the very least, that their order of importance may have shifted. Customers are now expecting an enhanced level of connection with the brand. And increasingly young customers expect brands to be more socially conscious and willing to do the right thing. Because when I can literally buy anything I want, at any time, from anywhere, why would I choose to buy it from you? The answer to that question might be the most important business priority for any retailer today. But for those doing things right, it should also be the easiest. Lastly, if the last 2 years has taught us anything, it is the fact that we need to take our foot off the gas. The relentless pace of our expansion is no longer healthy or sustainable. This doesn't mean that we can't grow. We are retail. Growth is what we do. But we have to grow in new and different ways because there is no other choice. We no longer have the seemingly endless resources we built this industry around. So, back to the time before things changed. Remember what things were like, hurtling into 2020? Bigger, better, faster, more. This was the drumbeat we were all marching to. You remember what that felt like? You remember how crazy that felt? And so, as we stand at that fork in the road and look to the future, ask yourself one simple question. What if there was another way?